Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always thank you for the support. Really do appreciate the time you guys take to contact me. So I said I'd come back with this decollage, and I've come back with this Seasons Greetings, and I've decided to use this Have a Ball. Okay, so I've cut two pieces of card beforehand. So I've got one piece which is 5 by 5 and one piece that is 7 by 7. So I'm going to bring in my score tool, and the 7 by 7 I'm just straight up going to score that down the middle at 3.5. So we're just going to make this start of our card, which is going to stand like so. And then this piece is going to go on the front. Okay, so if I bring in the trimmer, let's get some layers started. So I need a piece of silver mirror cards. So the foiling on this kit is on this topper is silver, so we're going to be working with the silver just to tie that in. And we know this is 3.5 by 7, so my usual 2 notches under the 3.5 and 2 notches under the 7. And I don't have enough card to use the backing card for this and to do the card I want to do. So what I found is this piece of I'm sure it's Hunkydory foiled cardstock. It is quite old, but I have seen something recently that they've done that is very similar, so might be worth just checking their website. So I'm just going 4 notches under the 3.5 and 4 notches under the 7, and that should fit nicely onto there. It's not quite straight. Let me just double check whether it's this piece that's not quite straight or whether it is my cutting. So let's see which piece is not straight. So what I'm doing is I'm just going around and just seeing where it fits nicely into the corner. So if it fits nicely and square into the corner, I know that's square. So this piece doesn't quite. Let me check this one as well. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it is this one. So bear with me 2 seconds. Okay, so I just trimmed a tiny bit off one end, which was not straight. And then I just had to take a tiny bit off my silver mat just to finish, so that it sort of all looked neat all the way around, and I'm pretty sure my mat is going to be fine on there. Okay, so let me put it out of the way. So I've already done the mat for the 5-inch one, so I've got 2 notches under the 5 in the silver, and then for this piece, which is 4 notches under the 5, what I've done is I've cut this at 4 notches under the 5. I cut that red piece off, actually cut it off at the dots, and then I did the 4 notches under the 5 in the length. Okay, I just did that previously because I was trying to do something else before this, but it didn't quite work out, so we pivoted, as they say, and we're going to go with this instead. Okay, so I'm going to use my all-purpose glue, and we're just going to pop that on. Also just going to put a little bit of tacky glue in the corners, because in a second what I'll need to do is glue this to it. So I really want this to sort of set quite quickly, to glue quite quickly to that white, so that it doesn't move when I stick that on. And the other thing I'm going to say, I'm going to say it because I'm using the all-purpose, just be careful with all of these foils, because that glue has the potential to take those foils off. Okay, so I'm just popping this onto here, just centralising that up, and then we'll just give that a minute to set, and then in the meantime I can come in. So this is the silver foil. Oops, oh, that's not good. I don't know why that glue has been so sloppy with this bottle, so I think we should be able to hide that, because that's going to be where our topper is, so I'm not going to panic. Okay, what I will do though, if I just grab a little bit of tissue, I'm just going to wipe it away, keeping it in that middle piece, because then I know it's not going to affect anything. So just going to be super careful with that bottle. It's now quite sticky as well. Like, I had this trouble last time, didn't I, where there was glue appearing on my mat from somewhere. See, that bottle is not a happy bottle. So this is just going straight on. If you wanted to, you could emboss this, glitter it, do anything you want to beforehand, but I am just going to leave it as it is. And then I'm going to bring in some red liner tape, and I'm going to pop 2 strips on. You don't want to go up too high, because obviously this is going to go onto that other piece. And then you can take those off if they're going to behave. Yep, there we go. 1 and 2. I'm just going to pop PPA glue on there. And then we'll bring this in, kind of put that a bit straight, then hopefully we should get this quite nicely centered. We'll just give it a good press down. We haven't got any glue on the back, so I'm feeling quite relieved. Okay. So this is our topper, so I'm going to bring that in. I use the PVA glue just because I've picked it up, and we'll pop that one down nice and flat, because we're going to have quite a lot of dimension on here. So I'm going to bring in the decoupage. I have already pre-stuck the pads on. And just as always, I'm going to be a bit mindful that I want to steal some decoupage for my second card. But these pieces here, they have the edges on, so straight away I'm going to take those too. And I'm just being careful not to rip anybody's hand off. A bit of his hat there. If you are struggling, then just, you know, please just use a knife. Okay, so the next one would be this one, and then that one. We want a puppy because we've got 2 of those, and we want, I think we'll go with the little kitties. Let's pop that out already. And this one, we have got another one there, so we can use that on our second card. And we've got a sled or sledge, for the little dog's head, and take the arm. So just going to be mindful that this is the one with the actual topper, so you know, any sort of real little bits I'm probably going to use on here rather than on my other card, because I still want it to look quite special, you know. Okay, so we've got a little hat, we've got a leg, and we have a snowball. Okay, so we'll leave those bits for our next card. Okay, so is there any bits on here I need to pop out? There is the one which is there. If you look on the back, if there are any sort of pop out bits, then you can see them a lot easier on the back. So if I show you, you can see the outlines there. Hopefully you can see that. But yeah, you just sort of pop those out with either a pokey tool, or I've just used one of those little teeny tiny Dawberry things. So I'm just taking pads off. I'll always use my tacky glue just to give me a little bit of wiggle time, also just that bit of security, you know, I always say it. Oh, that's got a back on still. That's why that glue's not stuck. Just put that straight in the bin before that gets stuck everywhere. Okay. Got a tiny little bit there that needs to come off. There we go. Okay, and you can see it lines up beautifully with the edge, so it's a really good place to start. But I'm also just keeping an eye on his hands. There we go. And then these bits, just popping those out. And I'm popping them from the front to the back. And you can see the backing's come a bit off of this card by his head, but it's not going to affect this decoupage in any way. And this is probably the most time consuming bit, just getting the backs off these foam pads. I used to use the Collal 3D glue gel, that one, quite a lot for this. But since I've been doing videos, I tend to use the foam pads purely because when I make the card, what I tend to do is pop it down, and there's always that sort of risk with me that I'm going to pop some on top of it by accident. But also fairly shortly after I finish the video, in fact almost immediately, I have to take a picture of it. And sometimes if you stand it up a little bit too soon, and if there's quite a lot of weight, sometimes it can move. So that's why I go with the foam pads. But you know, it's horses for courses. Whatever you are used to using, whatever you enjoy using, you know what I say. I always say, do you. I quite like the 3D glue gel, to be honest, because I think it gives you more opportunity to shape the decoupage. I have come to like the 1mm pads in between all of these, and you know, that evenness. But I used to also really enjoy shaping the decoupage. So this would be, I would round this so that it looked like you know, a figure. It looked a little bit more realistic, I think. So you would sort of bend it around with the fingers, and because the paper's, you know, your warm fingers, the paper's or the card flexes with you, so that you can add that dimension in that way. But then sometimes the problem with that is, let's say for example I had rounded this jacket off and then came to put his scarf on. Sometimes if it was not rounded in exactly the right way, it wouldn't lie right, you know. It sometimes could look a bit odd. It's a bit of just pop it out. It's a bit of a thing that you need to practice, I think. Yeah, but it can look absolutely stunning when it's done right, that's for sure. Okay, so we're just getting these little pieces on. You can see how they really do bring the picture to life. And I think Hunkydory do a sort of version of this one as well, you know, the kids playing with a snowman, that sort of thing. So I'm just trying to get that in the right place, but the light was hitting my eyes. So got a little sledge. Yeah, so you know, there does seem to be quite a similar image to this in each decollage kit, which I like. I think on my Pinterest there's a box I made one year with these kiddlies. I don't know if they have the same clothes on though. I ought to check that, shouldn't I really? Right, so let's just bring that around. So I'm using my tweezers this time. I don't usually. We've got his little scarf, which is quite a nice mulberry colour. Quite like this scarf. I'm going to rotate that round. Oops. On over his arm, and then we've got this boy's leg. Oops, and they're not doing so well today. There's his little leg, and we've got this other young man's sleeve. Or it could be a girl actually. Could be either, because you can't really see their faces, they're just children in coats. Okay, and we've got our little snowball. It's going to go in like so. We have a hat, which is this young one in the front. It's going on like so. There we go. And then we've got our little puppy, which we're going to call Henry because it looks like my Henry. Or as I call him, Hens. Now we'll just pop a little woofer in. I'm guessing if you wanted two dogs, you could just chuck that on top. You know, so if you've got two dogs the same. Don't necessarily have to put these where they are. Okay, so there is our decoupage made up on that one. So I'm going to bring in some gems, and I sort of thought at the beginning I would probably go for the clear ones, but I think the clear ones are not going to be dark enough. So I'm just going to see what blues we have got in Hunkydory. I've got a few of those. Let's just see if I've got another set. Those are a bit too blue. So bear with me 2 seconds. Okay, so initially I was thinking blue, but then I thought maybe pick up on these reds, so that would be quite nice, or we could go with the black, and I think I like the black better, because that's silver. Although it is silver, it gives off quite a dark shine, so let's bring those in and make it a little bit more contemporary. So I'm just going to pop 3. We'll go small, medium, large. Just got one of them diddy ones. Oh, come on, it doesn't want to leave. There we go. And then I'm going to bring 2 on this side. So I think again I'll go for a large one, and I think I'll go for a medium. Actually, that medium is already sticking to me, so let's. There we go. So we've got that one. Bring in my little mini door branches. Clean up a little bit of that glue, although it does dry clear. So I'll straighten that in a second. Let's get it out of the way. So let's see. So these are a bit more spaced out. So let's just bring that down. Bring that one up. Okay. And then last of all, what we need is our sentiment. So we've got, it's the most wonderful time of the year. So let's see what that looks like at the bottom. Or we could go with these 2. So let's see what these look like as well. Put that there. So we've got our have a ball. I kind of like that one, to be fair. Just double check we don't want that one. I think either would look nice. Actually, we could do both, couldn't we? Because that one's, it's the most wonderful time of the year, and that one is have a ball this Christmas. Technically, we could put the other one in as well, from our family to yours. Let's see. I think if that's going anywhere, it's got to go up high, but I'm going to leave that one out. But I think I might put both of them on. Let's just put that across there. Yeah, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to bring in these round ones. The round ones that I bought for the slider cards that I never have made yet. So these are probably about a 3mm maybe. It's quite a chunky one. So I'm popping those backs off. Pop that all there. And then this one, again I'm going to use these circle ones, but I'm going to double pad that because obviously it's coming across from there and we've got quite a lot of layers on there. So I think if I put 2 on there, yeah, it's going to fit perfect. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of my tacky glue there and on my pad, and then we're going to bring that there. There we go. So that is our first one. Obviously you can still put an insert on the inside, just a little half one, and that's going to sit like a what's the word I'm thinking of? Not an easel card, but it kind of is. But there is that one. Okay. So let's pop that out of the way for a second, and that can be drying. Okay, and I'm just going to go straight into card number 2. So for this one, I've got one of these 8x8 card blanks, so it's a huge one. And I'm going to bring my trimmer in, and I'm going to bring in my image here. So I'm kind of thinking that I don't want to do that one because that's my full sheet. Just put that out of the way before I cut into that by accident. Where's the one that I cut up earlier? Here it is. Okay. So I'm going to take the actual image itself to 5 by 5. Okay, so that is our piece there, and then this piece here, let me just see what we've got there. So we've got 7 by 3. Let's take it to, take a bit of the white off, I think. So I'm going to take it to 7 by 3. Let's have a little look, see how that's going to fit on there. Okay, I'm happy with that. So now we just need some silver mirrors. Let me just see. Okay, so this might be able to be used. So 3, and then we're just going to add on 2 notches, and then the 7 plus 2 notches, because remember we've already cut that to 7. And then hopefully that should fit quite nicely onto there. This. Okay, so move that one out of the way, and then if I grab another piece there, we can go 2 notches over the 5 and 2 notches over the 5. I'm just going to decide if I want to put another little piece of this in as well. So let's have a little look. So we could, so that's going to go on there. I don't think I want to put it there, because then that's just going to be a bit odd. I kind of want to use the white space quite a bit. I think I'm going to leave that out. Okay, and we'll just go with that onto there. Now if you've got any of the dies that they did last year, they did the little edger dies with words on, like snow is falling, those sort of things. This would be perfect to add along here or along the back, but I have not got those to hand, so I am not going to be using those today. So I'm going to use my all-purpose. Just going to need to pop that glue away. I need to sort that, so I will do that after this video. So I'm going to pop that onto there, and I think I might bring a little bit of this red ribbon in along that edge. So we just chop that off, and I grab a little bit of super sticky. I'm just going to cover that maroon up, so it just gives me a guideline of where to put my ribbon. So that's going on there and then onto there. So we've got grosgrain ribbon. It's the same ribbon I used the other day. I'm just going to pop that straight across. And I don't want to pull it too tight, because I don't want it to buckle my card, because it can, if you pull it too tight, then your card can arch as well, so we don't want that to happen. So then that's going to go quite nicely onto there. So I'm going to risk getting stuck up again. Come back here, you. Okay, I was going to put that down then, and that would have been a disaster. Okay, let's get this on here before anything else happens. So we're just going to pop that in. a nice little bit of detail there. Right, let's stay away from that. The rubber glue for now until I sort that out. What usually, sometimes when it goes like that, and it does go like that sometimes, I usually start a new bottle and then decant that in. So this is our piece that's going to go on here, and I'm going to come across quite a bit because I do want to put some glitter on those snowflakes. So I'm going to grab some Crafter's Companion pads this time because they are a little bit wider. I just want the bigger ones. So I have got an order coming from Crafter's Companion, but I can't remember if I ordered any more of these pads. I wanted to do like, because I know they've started doing, or they had a pack with strips and things in. But really I only ordered because I wanted the pin badge, to be honest, but there was a few things that I needed. I decided that I was going to sell Mum's little Go machine, Gemini Go, because now I've got the platinum one, the Gemini 2. There's just no point in it, you know, like this. No point hanging on to it, although she did love that machine. She had planned to be able to, because you're supposed to be able to use it with a battery, but we could never get one with quite enough power in to do it right for her. So but yeah, she did love that machine. She used to use to cut out her little spellbinder flowers. She used to follow Susan Tierney Coburn like religiously. She was a huge fan of, and I think she was quite well known in the group as well. Like there's a group on Facebook, I think like Susan's Flower Garden, something like that. Susan's Flower Gardeners. Mum was always like commenting in there. Okay, so that's the last of that. So there is no more decoupage on there, so that's good. Okay, so let's just pop all of these little landlocked areas out. And there's not many on this one. Cut my nails again the other day, so never a great idea before you're doing pads, is it? Trouble is because I have trouble with my thyroid levels, my nails are really bad. They flake and they don't grow long anymore. Well, they do grow long, but they aren't nice nails. But I don't like the feel of gel nails or anything like that, so I do want normal nails, not mine. I want my nails, you know. Okay, so let's pop this onto the edge there, then line up there. I think we've got them. And we've got this one. There. Probably could have put another pad or two on there if I'm sure it'll be fine. So we're going again with this sled or sledge. Yes. And we've got this one at the front. And we don't get snow very much here in Peterborough. I think George has seen it once in his life. I think we did have a really good snow here, 2017 or 18, because Pippin loves the snow. I've got a photo of him coming in, and it's like, because he was a Scottie, he had this long beard and all of his beard was snow. yeah, so yeah, I got this lovely picture of him all with his snow beard, just looking as happy as anything. So, I think that was the last good snow we've had. No, obviously probably global warming, but Peterborough doesn't seem to get a lot of snow or rain really. There we go, so this is really coming together now. So I've got a little Henry to go on. Oops. There he is, there's him, the hen man. Okay, so let's grab this ribbon. Looking at coming with the red. Let's get rid of all those pads. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly just tie a bow. You can use your bow tire if you want. I tend to just knot that through. Oops. And just pulling that tight, so I want it to be quite a nice little cute little bow. Okay, so this is going to go up there, and I'm going to bring in my, let's move that there before I lose that bit of copy of paper. And if I grab my quickie glue pen, just that one, and what I'm going to do is just add some detail to these snowflakes, so just lines really, because once the glitter's on you're not going to see any detail. Just want to give that hint of frostiness. So I've been having trouble sleeping last week or so actually. I seem to go through phases where I don't sleep very well. But I was watching last night, well this morning actually, 6 o'clock, I was watching Gina Kay, and so I was quite enjoying watching her videos. I mean, there's lots of good content creators out there, honestly, but I quite like Gina Kay. I quite like Nancy Stamps as well, because she does quite a bit of the foiling. I love foiling. I don't do it very often, purely because of the space it takes. You know, I have to swap everything around. It's in order to do it. So okay, so let me just grab a where's that little teeny tiny door, but let's use it. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of glue. I just want a tiny little bit for this bow to go on, and I do like the 3D glue for bows, because I always seem to have trouble with everything else, with things falling off. Okay, so I'm going to pop that there, and then we might as well come in with a couple of these glitty gems because they are there. Let's see. Oh, we haven't done a sentiment yet either, have we? So what did I do with that other one that we didn't use? Aha. From our family to yours. So we've got choices, so we could put it up on the, oops, we could put it up on the blue. I actually like it on the blue because it really, so let's do it on the blue. Right, let's grab a little pad like that one. I'll use these ones ones up. So these are probably still only a 1mm. So just pop to there. And the other thing I was watching as well, and what I've been watching today as well, is From. So it's a bit creepy. It's not something I could watch in night time, but early morning or during the day with curtains open, I am fine. But I sort of saw an advert for it, and then I thought, oh well, I'll try it, you know, because I like Stranger Things and, you know, Game of Thrones and those sort of things. But yeah, I thought I'll see what it's like, and it's quite good. I'm getting quite into it. I'm only on episode 3, so but it is quite scary, yeah. Okay, so we've got some red gems. So I'm just thinking, where do I want them to go? So kind of want to drag the eye around the page a little bit. So I'm thinking maybe maybe 2 here, maybe 3 here, so that you're sort of going around. So let's try that, and we can see where we want to go from there, if we want to add anything in. And I think I'll go with smaller ones at the top, and these are the Hunkydory glitter ones, just the ones that I've got to hand. I think Mum bought like about 5 packets of these. It was like a set, I think. So let's do 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we can get away with 3 big ones. If not, we might have to do we're going to be fine. Oh, no, I almost escaped. There we go. 3, 4, 5. I feel like I need some more. I don't want to do 3 at the top because I like to keep it odd. I know what I can do. I can do 1 on here, and I'll do 1 on this side here, and we'll do those little ones, and I think that will be fine. Okay, so I'm going to step away from it. Okay, so that is that one finished. We'll bring that other one back in with our little faux easel stepper card. Well, it's not a stepper, it's not no steps, but so those are the 2 that we've created today. Obviously we can put the I can put the inserts in. I'm probably going to need to just go over that with my fine brush once that glitter's dry, just to make sure there's no excess falling all over people when they open it up. Okay, so next time I'm probably still going to come back with Hunkydory, to be honest, because I have got that Holly Jolly kit, so I quite would like to have a play with that. And there's also sort of, when I've not been able to sleep lately, I have been looking through Pinterest at new sort of styles and shapes of card, just to try and keep things a bit interesting, and you know, sort of amend them to the way that I want to do them. So, you know, I think the Holly Jolly one is probably going to be the best for me to do some of the cards on there that I want to, or at least one of them anyway. And then after that we'll go back to Crafter's Companion. Probably going to be something old, to be honest with you, because like I say, I haven't bought from them in a little while, but there's plenty here, so we can have a little play. I think maybe it's about time to do a white on white, but maybe a white on white Christmas. I haven't done a white on white Christmas, so that's what I'm going to be thinking about in the meantime. But yeah, Holly Jolly next time, and then we'll go to Crafter's Companion after that. Okay. So thank you for watching. As always, like I say, thank you for your support. Really do appreciate it. Take care of yourselves. Till next time. Bye bye.